I told you it was muted earlier. Silly technology. So like 5 or 10 minutes of silence. I am so sorry you did not get to hear me ranting for 10 minutes.
Say something.
What?
Yes, yeah. It's working.
It's lagging a little bit, but it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we have audio, welcome to the Awkward Dungeon Master. I did not get a video filmed, edited, and uploaded for you guys today. Yay, I can see the chat, thanks to my husband, who's over here.
Hi, I'm off the screen.
Oy vey. My brain hurts.
I want to choose some music too.
Huh. Oh, yeah, music would be nice so there's not complete silence at any given time. But that's probably too loud.
I can't go any lower.
Okay, that's fine then.
That's why I'm moving back here.
We'll make it work. But
I can turn it up and down on my phone.
Cool. Excellent. So, the dogs are running around, my husband's running around, my mother's supposed to be here at some point because the world is ending. Okay. So, I am working on this miniature. I doubt that you guys can see it very well, but it is the Graveyard Golem from the Bones sets, and it's got actually quite a bit of detail on it. There's lots of little skulls, and it's got a spinal column running along the back. And there's these gates that actually are wings for it, so it's a pretty neat miniature that we'll be working on today. I can't even remember how long ago I actually bought this one. But if you haven't done a whole lot of miniature painting, typically what I like to do is I wash them, because a lot of the Bones miniatures, not the ones that come pre-primed, but other miniatures will have like a residue on them, and it keeps paints from sticking. So if you just wash them really quick with some dish soap, make sure you get all the soap off after you're done. And then what I'm doing right now is I'm going through and I'm filing some of the mold lines. You don't have to do that, it's completely extra, but I like to do it. And then I have this fancy set of clippers that a friend got me for Christmas one year because I do lots of miniature painting whenever I have free time, which is like never. But it's a good opportunity to paint something and hang out with you guys. Hey, look, my husband commented from the basement. You don't have to whisper.
Yeah, but it is.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
It is working.
It's fine. This little cross is a pain in the ass. Not too loud?
Nope, didn't seem like it. I could hear you over it, but you can still hear it in the background.
Sweet. Background noise is good. Last time I was working on my sorting and my phone was loud.
Yeah.
And then of course YouTube yelled at me because copyright. None of those mold lines are bad enough that I'm going to worry about them. Not worth it. Some of these though. I'm sure a lot of us will be doing a lot of this. Sitting inside under self-quarantines and crap.
Social distancing.
Sure.
So I don't have to say quarantine.
I don't think we're going to get through this live stream without discussing some of the crap that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So, I know my job has basically gone to a soft quarantine. I don't think I actually have mentioned it much on the channel, but I work at a zoo with primates. So, we are distancing ourselves from people as much as we can to avoid getting our animals sick. And you just found out that you don't have a job.
Yeah, I guess I can come over here.
Yeah, you can come over here.
I'm a school bus driver, and the entire state, the governor yesterday announced that all schools from all K-12 schools for the rest of the year are going to be closed down, and they're going to figure out how to kind of teleconference all the kids in to still continue their education.
You're going to teleconference them in?
That's the plan right now.
That sounds like a nightmare and a half.
Yeah. But because I'm a school bus driver, it means I don't have a job. And I'm also a contracted bus driver for student. So I don't fall under the protection of the state or all of that. So I'm still very much up in the air on what's going to happen the next couple days, weeks, months. So, yay.
Yay.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'll be alright.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tight for a while, but it's fine. We got all the D&D miniatures,
Yeah.
and there's online gaming and
Right, because that's the other is
movies and stuff.
the store we play at the Burrow has canceled all games, rightly so.
It sounded like you could do some private gaming, but they have to set it up to make sure there's not going to be too many people in
Right.
the store.
And the public games that we run are shut down for now.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I was really waffling on whether or not it was responsible of me personally with my job to be able to.
I was planning on running one last session just because it's going to be we're one session away from the end of the Descent into Avernus book. We're right in the
Zariel.
We're right in the middle of kind of the climax of that book, and
I made you a
it's
shiny
canceled.
mini.
Yeah, I can go grab her because you painted her.
Yeah, I did. So I'm almost done. I'm not going to be too crazy about cleaning this up just because we're hanging out. I'll definitely post pictures of this when it's done on Twitter. So check back in a day or two and I'll make sure to get some nice photos up. And I have some minis out here too. I've been needing to dip a handful of miniatures. If you haven't watched my dip method video, you should go check that out. But I'll be dipping a few so you guys can kind of see what that process looks like. They're all just color block painted right now with 3 or 4 colors typically. I imagine all you can hear in the background is rustle, rustle, rustle.
Because I can't find her right offhand. She might be in the other box.
That looks like a hot mess.
Yeah. We ran kind of late last week to trying to get through as much as we can, so everything just kind of got shoved into wherever they fit.
Oh, you found her.
Found her.
Yay!
She had to be in one of 3 boxes.
Yeah, I mean, you can... The camera should focus. We'll see. But I think her wings came out the coolest. All, like, flamed out and shit. So, I don't know. I can throw some pictures of that up on Twitter, too.
Yeah.
Here, I'll just throw them up now.
Ooh.
We're hanging out. It's
Do it.
fancy.
Doing it live.
Real time. I am an adult. Okay, front and the back. Her wings are badass. I'm really, really proud of those. So, go to Twitter right now. And then hop on back if you want. Because I'm gonna post these. What else are we doing, guys? Like, really? So much stuff. Want to use the photo library. So that's pretty much cleaned up. I think I'm going to take a little bit more off right there. Okay. Cool. These are looking good. What?
Did you tweet it?
Did I, what?
The pictures?
I'm working on it.
Sorry. I thought you said you already did. Like, I don't see it.
Boys. Okay, Twitter, I want to know why you're auto-correcting Zariel to satellite.
Those are close.
No, they're not.
Not even close.
My poor brain. Yeah, you can handle that, but okay. Whatever. It's tweeted, you guys. Check it out. So, threw that tweet out there, and now,
And retweeted.
moving along. So, typically, anytime I'm doing these, I don't know if I covered this after we finally got our audio functioning, but you will typically have to wash Bones miniatures with some soap and water and then dry them off before you start painting. I've already done that before I started doing all the filing, and then I will typically throw on a base coat.
Before gluing it all together?
I'm waiting on this one just because of how some of the stuff is laid out. It's going to be difficult to get to some of the details if I glue it together and then paint it.
Okay.
Typically I do glue them all together and then paint, but with this one, there's some very small details that are tucked up in corners and things.
Cool.
So.
I asked just because I'm very much a painting... Saying painting novice is putting it lightly. I cannot.
You don't paint.
I don't, I can't, and I hate it. So I find it fascinating watching someone else do it because, no, it drives me insane.
So. I really like black. This guy is mostly stone, so black's a good starting point anyway. So I do a lot of dry brushing on my miniatures. I thought this was going to be a much more complicated paint, but with how large the mini is and how detailed it is, I don't think it's going to be that bad. I have some friends, they'll sit and they spend hours on small miniatures. I'm not worrying too much about getting paint down into the grooves where stuff's going to be glued. So that's not super important at the moment. Or ever, really. Just want to make sure you get all the exposed surfaces covered. And try not to let paint pool up in the little grooves and stuff too, because if you want to do washes later, that'll take away a lot of your detailing. I can't tell if there's anyone in the chat or not.
Here, I'll go and sit over there where I can see it better.
You gonna be computer boy?
Sure.
Until mom shows up.
Right. And then there'll be a lot of loud noises as we...
The dogs bark
and we move a freezer out of the basement.
Yeah, my mom works at a assisted living center. And they were looking for a freezer so they could get some backup supplies. I've been calling it Sharmageddon. More accurate than anyone wants to admit. Blah. So, hopefully everybody's faring okay through this hot mess. What happened? Okay.
Just looking at everything.
Yeah. There's this adorable little gargoyle on his shoulder, and it makes my heart happy. I think we need to give him little glowing red demonic eyes when we get to that point. If you have time, a lot of the times I will actually put a base coat on and then I'll wait 24 hours to make sure I don't get any smearing whenever I go to start dry brushing things. But you can also just paint straight through. Just make sure stuff is as dry as possible before you proceed. As the name would suggest, dry brushing doesn't really work when things are wet. So. Filling some stuff in there.
Yeah. It was just the Awkward Dungeon Master live stream, so I'm actually giving your stream a title and that kind of thing.
Hey, thanks.
So, live painting a D&D mini.
Hooray. I know. Mom was so confused. I was like, I'm actually going to be live streaming soon. She's like, what? Live streaming what? Dungeons and Dragons. This one didn't come with a base.
Do you have any large bases? Or
Yeah, I do. I have those backup ones that you had printed.
I was going to offer to go print one real quick if you needed.
I got a handful.
Cool.
I think they're, they're over there. I see the container.
Yeah, I think a lot of times Bones minis don't come with a base.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've painted one, so didn't remember.
Yeah, because the HD minis will have a base in there.
Yeah. I guess that had just been a minute.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I sat down and just painted a mini. Like,
Right.
not at Paint and Take at Headshots.
Yeah.
We have a local bar that does a weekly free Paint and Take miniature in their facility. All the paintbrushes and supplies and everything are provided. You just have to buy something, like
Yep.
a drink or food or whatever. They have $3 maker marks on Mondays. I'm all about that. Or is it $4? It don't matter.
Yeah.
Maker's marks on special. Okay. And unless you have a fancy holding thing, there's no fucking way you're not gonna get paint on your hands. I know a lot of people will take pill bottles and they'll put a little piece of ticky tack or something on the top and then they can stick stuff to it and work with it that way. Or Citadel makes the little
The holder.
holders for small and medium miniatures. I think they make one for large minis too. But
Or you just get it all over your fingers.
or you
that's
just get it all over your fingers because you're cheap.
fine.
I know who I am. It's fine.
Also, stuff like that piece, it'd be impossible to paint by itself with one of those holders.
I mean, I've got tweezers and stuff. Like
Yeah.
our friends, we have some friends we play with on every other Friday, and they have forceps that they use to hold theirs. Fancy people.
Right.
But the base coat's the boring part, but it's also the most satisfying because it goes on quick. Right, Joe?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Said to the guy who doesn't paint minis literally ever.
No.
We go to Paint and Take. I paint miniatures.
I distract people while they paint.
That's true. You do. Make fun of us. Well, you make fun of Michael.
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
it's Michael.
Michael is easy to make fun of.
Yeah, he's a lot like me.
It's
So
true.
I know how to make fun of myself. I've been around myself all the time, so it makes it easy to make fun of him.
I would hope you'd been around yourself all the time.
Right.
If you hadn't, you'd have some splaining to do.
Right.
So how does that work precisely?
Start getting into deep philosophy. You know, what are you actually? No.
What are you as a organism? Someone somewhere has done that research.
Are you actually you when you're asleep? And all kinds
Sure.
of crazy stuff.
C'est la vie. But, you know, whatever. If there are humans out there, I can't tell. There probably aren't right now. But if there's anyone there, you can always
Not right now.
throw comments down below and we can answer some questions. I'd be down for that. While we do the boring part of the painting.
Right.
Boring for you guys. Satisfying for me. Oh god. Poor life choices. I feel like I'm at work. We always tell our animals to make good life choices.
Is it gonna dry fast enough, or do I need to get the hairdryer?
Oh, it'll be fine.
Okay.
That's why I got the dip. Just gonna dip some miniatures while we wait for the base coat to dry.
Okay.
I'm a thinking
You're
person.
thinking ahead of me.
I am. I'm a grown up, goddammit. This is some Kansas appropriate music
Yeah.
from Kevin MacLeod.
Yeah, that was the last minute. Oh, wait, we want background music, so I just grabbed some of his stuff. I have no idea what's in this playlist.
Just makes life more interesting. It's
Yep.
fine. Base coats also help your other paints to stick a little bit better whenever you go through to do the more intensive stuff. I look like I murdered the Grim Reaper. It's fine.
Merlin gave up and went and sat down.
Yeah, it's okay. The dogs are like, the fuck are you guys doing?
Right.
I have to kennel them whenever I'm recording. I had one day where I did not kennel them, and you can hear Luna snoring in part of my recording. And I'm like, well, that lives there now.
Yep.
It's fine. It's just dog snores. Such is life.
I don't know where she is right now.
She's over here.
Okay. Oh, I see her now.
Little old lady. 16-year-old blue healer. She's old and fat. She can do whatever she wants.
Yep.
Except for run around the house while I'm taping, because she makes all kinds of weird background noise.
Right. Click, 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 click.
Oh, that just means she needs her nails trimmed,
Yeah.
which she hates. They both hate having their nails trimmed. You know what I didn't get? I didn't get a cup of water.
Oh, you want to stay on and then I will.
Sure. Can you hand me a paper towel too? I'm gonna start on these dip ones. Cool. Drink some more liquor. It's fine. Oh God. Thank you, sir. You always want a cup of water, because otherwise your brushes will dry with paint on them, and it's depressing.
Right.
Normally I do actually dip my miniatures, but I had somebody down in comments a while back on that video recommend using a cheap brush and applying the poly shades to the miniature and letting it kind of soak in. So we're going to give that a go. So I should be careful grabbing things with painty hands.
The pumpkin man.
Yeah, I like the pumpkin men. They're fun. Again, I hope you can see it. But let's give it a go. I'm actually going to need a plate or something so I can pick them up and move them. No, we don't. That's why I have a plate covered in foil.
You want another one covered in foil then?
Sure! More weird background noise. Welcome to my hell.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we had any more in the closet.
Just gonna be myself while we wait. I'm an adult. If only you guys could see all my outtakes. Right, Joe?
Sure, I didn't hear what you said.
I said if only people could see all of my weird outtakes.
Oh, yeah. You leave some of them in.
Sometimes. If they're funny and don't make me look like a fucking crazy person.
You're not a crazy person?
Shut up! You married me. It's your fault. No one feel bad for him.
No.
Okay. So far, so good. You know what? I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
That works much better than just dipping it.
Yeah, then you don't have to worry about gloves and just dunking.
Thank God. I can't remember who put that comment on that video, but thank you. This is lovely.
I was about to check on my phone, but it would kill the music.
Very rude. I mean, my phone's right here. So the nice thing about dip method is that it gets this stuff down into all the cracks so that it pops all the details out on your miniature. And then you also don't have to worry about any kind of protective coating because it doubles as a protective coat because it's actually a stain and polyurethane mixture.
This was a different brand because I didn't have the... I think it's Minwax that you usually use.
I usually use Poly Shades. I don't know if that's from Minwax.
I think it is, but I'm not...
But this today that I'm using is Varathane Stain Poly Mixture. And it's working fine. I got the Mission Oak shade. I like using a darker one. You can do washes with lighter colors, but it's just never been my go-to. But I do actually really like using a brush. It's kind of nice.
Nice.
Just gotta make sure I get it in all the little nooks and crannies here. And then when you set it down for it to cure, just make sure whatever it's sitting on is something you don't care about ruining.
There's a viewer.
Hooray!
And they said hello from their bathtub. So, hello.
Hello?
Marcia.
Is it Marcia Gardner?
It's a different last name.
Ah. Well, I'm still glad you're here. I knocked the miniature over. I'm gonna get polyurethane all over my hands. It's totally fine. Ha! Glad somebody's having a nice relaxing moment today. This can be relaxing, honestly. And the washing part of it's always the more satisfying.
Yeah, that
It's
really
like,
makes it pop.
it's finished and it's beautiful. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. Can you guys see that?
Hey, it is Gardner. They just said they hadn't figured out how to change their last name.
Hey! Friends! From the other side of the United States. From the left side, the right side. East. She's out east.
So, standard map, that would be right, if north is up.
Yeah. Yeah, but are you talking anatomical right or visual?
Yeah, when you're looking at it, it'd be your right.
Yeah. Getting all technical. I'm going to scare everybody away.
Yeah, New Hampshire is east, lol.
Thanks.
Yeah, New Hampshire's pretty far out east. Not much more in your hit water.
Yeah. I don't know, the water might be safer at this current
Well,
point in
yeah.
time.
As long as you're by yourself and not on a boat with other people, because that's been a lot of the badness.
I mean, that's different. That's a cruise.
Yeah.
Although for most of us, we could probably afford cruises right now.
Right. Airfare is...
Are you in the risk group? If you're not, go on a cruise.
It's like airfare is super cheap. I think we can get a flight to Vegas for like $80.
Yeah, because they're like, please, dear God, use our flights.
But I think I also saw that Vegas just shut down all their casinos.
Yeah. Come to Vegas. There's nothing to do right now.
New Hampshire only has 13 miles of coastline. Okay.
So you get the beach.
A little bit.
I do miss the beach.
Yeah.
We used to be in California with mountains and beach and lovely things like that.
And now we're in Kansas.
It's true. It's flat. There's cows and wheat and soybeans.
I like the joke you hear. There's nothing between us and Canada but a barbed wire fence, and it fell down 5 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, I like the whole don't like the weather in Kansas, wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so fucking accurate.
We are in that time of the year where we'll have a day at like 75 and the next day is 25.
You go out in the morning to get in your car and there's fucking snow. What'd she say?
Her office is emergency only until April 6th, so she gets to paint many minis.
I remember when she was texting me the other day.
Ah.
Facebook messengering me. Oh god, dog hair, it's the bane of my existence. It's fucking everywhere. Okay. It's fine. Everything's fine. The world's just on fire.
Right.
Yeah, we're not on emergency personnel, but we work with animals, so I have to take my temperature every day before I go to work because I work with apes.
I have to take my temperature every day before you can go to work.
That is true. I don't know what this one's gonna do. This is not one I painted.
Oh, it's one of the, like, the translucent plastics.
Yeah, I was like, it's just some undead spirit, and I didn't know what it would do, so we're gonna find out.
Yeah.
Really, Luna? How do you really feel? She just, like, grumbled at me. So Mom said she'd be here in a little while, so like 6 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, probably when we're having dinner.
Yeah. Parents.
A little while for her is the next, 3 days? I cleaned kids' teeth and they weren't having us check temps. Wow, that's surprising.
That's insane.
Yeah. See, I had to go into my my sleep doctor. Was that No, that was the day before yesterday. And I had to have my temperature and throat checked before I can even enter the building.
Crazy town.
Yeah.
I mean, they were checking whenever I went in for my med recheck the other day, too.
Yeah.
And the girls upstairs were actively calling people and canceling all non-essential appointments.
Yeah.
But they were also having a discussion about whether or not you can freeze sour cream. So I go downstairs, I check in. The lady at the front desk is like, and I was practicing social distancing because I work with apes. I want to make sure I keep them safe and my parents and all that kind of crap, you know. So I was trying to stay 6 feet back because there was no one else around. She's like, we're not worried about that here. It's not a problem. And she just keeps checking me in. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I go upstairs, and those two ladies are like, did you get any salad before the shelves were empty? Do you think I can freeze the sour cream? It's like a gallon. I'm like,
Yeah.
what a difference 3 floors makes.
I agree, Marcia. I don't think you can freeze sour cream either.
No. Could you bet? It probably makes it all gritty.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing it would separate really bad.
Ugh. Gritty sour cream. Or chunky, like spoiled milk.
Oh, hi, Eric. Eric's on, too.
Yay, Eric! I did post it on my Facebook a second ago, too.
Yeah, you can freeze it, but you wouldn't want to try it later.
You can certainly try, as Matthew Mercer would say.
Right.
Crazy town. Alright, let's see what happens. Dip method is truly like the lazy man's way to paint miniatures and be totally happy with them.
Yeah. That's something I could probably even do. I won't because I'm, lazy and hate it, but I probably could.
I got extra minis. I have this one I painted at TsunamiCon that I still haven't done, and I literally used 2 colors because I was trying to finish my True Munchkin thing.
Yeah.
Wonder whose idea that was, Eric. I was like, I have to paint a miniature. I've ran 3 games in the last 2 days.
Yeah, when we were completing everything, it was like, okay, we have 30 minutes and we need to play 3 board games that need to be checked out by 3 different people.
Hey, we ninja'd the shit out of that. We're like, which games do you have that take the least amount of time to play? Please and thank you.
Eric just went,
What?
When you said the whose idea was that?
Sure he wasn't responding to you. I don't think it was 30 minutes. It was a little more than that.
Yeah.
But
It was
snug.
Yeah.
But we did it, god damn it.
It's like, because you, Michael, and Graylin all finished. And then Michael ended up winning the Dice Tower.
Yeah, he did. He did good. He was very happy.
Yeah, it takes one to know one. Eric went, geez, nerds.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're not nerds. We're only sitting here live streaming as she paints minis for D&D.
That's fine.
I mean, that's normal.
Covering my hands in polyurethane. Like you do. I'm dipping minis right now with a paintbrush because someone recommended it. And I actually like it.
Yeah.
It's doing
I see.
quite nicely.
The results look the same, but it's just a lot cleaner and easier, it seems like.
Yeah. I'm wasting less because I'm not getting it all over my hands as much. I mean, as much. Because I do still have sticky shit all over my hands. I think this was Kim's roommates that she asked me to dip for her, like, an embarrassing amount of time ago.
Just got stuck to the side.
Yeah, well, we couldn't find the dip, remember? And then
Yeah.
whenever I found it, it was all...
Where was it? I never heard where you found it.
I don't fucking remember.
Okay. It was definitely
It was
gone.
around, but it was coagulated and gross, so I just bought a new one.
Yeah. Marcia says she likes painting the wash too.
Washes are fun. Have you done any dip method with the stain polyurethane mixture, Marcia?
I'll let you know when she responds after the delay.
Yeah. After the thinking. Thinking.
It is weird where, like, I'll see you and then I see on the screen, it's like, it's a few seconds later.
I know. This Minnie's a pain in the ass. Kinds of
So no, she just gets what's in the board game stores.
Yeah.
Like the pre-made washes from Citadel, that kind of thing, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I think she does have Citadels. We've chatted a few times. She has good paint.
I haven't gotten like a big tub like that. So yeah, she hasn't gotten a big one. But
Yeah. I mean, this isn't ink. I'm guessing what you're buying is an ink or a wash is what it's labeled as. This is a wood stain polyurethane mixture. So it does the wash on it, but it's a lot thicker. And then it also coats the miniature in a protective layer. It's nice for, so like this one I did at TsunamiCon, and it's just 2 colors. Because it was like one of the Robo guys. But it's a great one for washes, because if you color block and then you come back through, now it looks like I put a lot more work into it
already that
than
quick.
I did. So definitely have to throw some pictures up once these are done.
Yeah.
But they'll have to sit for 24 hours before I can really move them.
That is the downside of the stain. It does take longer to dry
It
than
does.
normal paints.
But I've also had a lot of people ask me how I get them so shiny, and it's just the urethane.
Yeah. Now you said this time you bought eggshell instead of like semi-gloss.
It was satin,
or
but yeah.
satin.
I actually didn't like quite how shiny they were, so there'll still be a little bit of shine, but not too bad.
Yeah, it would help them make them shiny. She just said last time she painted a bunch for her husband. He asked if they can be shiny. You can also buy just straight semi-gloss urethane and put a top coat over it.
You can even buy spray.
Yeah.
Because I've clear coated mine before with regular clear spray paint.
We even might have some downstairs.
Pretty sure we do. I don't think it's downstairs right now. I think it's in the cupboard.
Last I saw it was in the utility room.
Oh, thin out. But this is definitely the way to go if you need to make a bunch of stuff really fast.
I know you've brought the can to paint and take before for people who are new
Well,
at painting.
people are really hard on themselves when they start painting, and usually the paint job, this helps hide some of your rougher edges and things. So I'll recommend it to people who are newer, especially if they hate what they did, and say, just go dip it. It'll make it better. So I'm actually gonna...
She said she has a finishing spray. It does make them a little more shiny, but not high gloss.
Yeah, if you buy gloss spray paint, it
see
goes
it.
on pretty thick. Yeah, I wouldn't do it in here though, because it's gonna be loud.
No, that's just gonna...
Or you could manhandle it. That works too.
Yeah, smaller
I'm gonna
cans.
go wash my hands though, because I have urethane all over them. But the minis look really good, so we'll bring those over here for a second. Are we focusing?
That's what I was scrolling up to see.
Maybe, hopefully. We'll wait and see.
I don't know if it's autofocusing or
great.
not.
I don't know. Hopefully you guys can see them. We're gonna set them off to the side now so they can dry.
Yeah, this is the first time doing a live stream, trying to use her nicer camera, so hopefully the quality is okay.
It's so sticky.
She said it didn't focus, but she believes in you. Yeah, there might be a setting to tell the camera to autofocus that we don't know where it is because this was all kind of last minute.
Oh, there is definitely a factor of shit, I didn't get a video up today. What am I gonna do?
But there'll be pictures on
Yeah.
your Twitter after the stream.
Tweeter. Oh my god. Ah. I don't.
You know,
Sticky. That's not gonna help.
Okay.
Thank you, though. I know I'm not the only person who doesn't do sticky textures. It's not my favorite. Okay. There were a couple pieces on the arms that I couldn't get to.
She said long distance friends are nice when you have to stay inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
That was
here.
part of the reason you decided to do the live stream is figured a lot of people are stuck inside and
Let's chit chat.
yeah, this gives something to do.
You and your bubble baths, woman. I'm jealous.
Yeah, I don't think YouTube would like if you streamed from the bath.
Do you think they'd care?
YouTube does, yeah.
I mean, it's not something I would do, but the internet would probably be fine with it.
Yeah, we have some of the gloves too, but she decided not to use them this time, so that she has natural gloves.
I have a box, but especially with the shortages going on right now, I was trying to avoid using them,
Yeah,
just in case I have to take them to work.
right.
There was actually some discussion about the possibility that we may have to surrender all of our gloves and masks to local hospitals at some point. So we're kind of worried about that right now.
Said she's nursing a hangover because work announced they're closing yesterday, and she over-celebrated.
I've been that person.
Yeah. I mean, you got your mug right there.
I do. It has scotch in it. It's happiness.
Yeah, we usually have some different size gloves because my hands are so much bigger than hers that we get from Harbor Freight. And
Out of
I think we have about half a box of each size right now still, so
Yeah.
they're just kind of hidden in case we need it.
Pain and suffering.
Eric's out doing food deliveries.
I told Joe that's what he should do since he doesn't have a job
Yeah,
anymore.
because I don't know, Eric, if you saw, but as of yesterday, all schools in Kansas are closed down, so I might be doing food delivery soon.
I'm out of gray, so I have to mix some. Just remember, when you're mixing custom paints, it's always easier to put more in than it is to try and backtrack once you put too much.
Yeah.
So,
She said Eric is doing a valuable service. Don't comment and drive.
that is true. Just looking out, man.
Yeah.
After I tell everyone not to put too much in.
More.
Shh. No, I went too far. It doesn't take much
Yeah.
to go too far. It's fine. I'm an adult. Just keep mixing more gray. Some of us
I don't
ran out
remember
of
why
gray.
I was mixing paint for something, and it was like, oh, I need a green, so I put yellow, and I felt like the tiniest bit of blue, and it was the darkest green ever, and
Mm-hmm.
nothing I could do could lighten that up. It was crazy how
Should have
little.
pulled part of it out, because this is a trick I'll use sometimes if I go too far. I'll pull like half of it so I don't have to add as much to get it back to where I need it.
Right. Eric, he's parked at the moment. Being safe.
Yay! Safety first. Okay. Oh geez. Poor life choices. It's fine. Still tacky.
Do I need to get the hairdryer?
No. Hairdryer's loud.
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna go for it and deal with the consequences.
All right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Eric. It's an option, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out driving right now. But this has all been since yesterday afternoon when I found out that I don't know what I'm doing for the rest of the semester. So we're still trying to figure it all out.
There was some panic involved.
Yeah, just a little.
So, dry brushing. The humans that are on this stream right now know what dry brushing is, but we'll explain it for anyone who might be watching later. Typically with dry brushing, you'll put a little bit of paint into the brush, load it up, and then you want to take all the excess off. So just until you get a little bit left in there, and then you'll just gently feather it over top of whatever textures you're working on.
And Marcia, I'm a school bus driver, not a teacher.
I don't think you have the patience to be a teacher.
No.
There would be dead children.
I only have to deal with them for about 20 minutes, and I'm like, here's your problem now.
Run away.
Yet I have teachers say to me that they couldn't be a bus driver because they don't know how I control kids when all I have is a mirror above my head. So it's just a different beast. Yeah, I've seen a few places doing that, but I don't know what's going to happen here just because
Doing what, Joe?
Oh,
Because other people
sorry.
who are watching this have no idea what you're
She said the
talking
bus
about.
drivers in her area are delivering school lunches. And I've seen that in a couple places, but I don't know if that's going to happen here or not because this is all... From what I understand, the district itself only got about 2 hours warning before the announcement was made from the governor that all the schools are shut down, so even the school district is scrambling. So her wedding cake was made by a bus driver. Best cake ever.
Everybody loves cake.
Well, yeah.
It's cake.
I almost ended up making our wedding cake.
Almost.
But then my grandma just
Paid for it?
just said, find someone, send me the bill.
Yay, family members who are not completely broke.
Yeah.
Wedding cakes are expensive, dude.
Yeah.
Remember earlier when I said to wait until things were dry? I'm dealing with the consequences right now.
I offered to dry it.
I know, but hair dryers are loud.
Could have threw it in the oven. That'd been fine, right?
Okay.
This is why I have the good ideas.
Send help. We may be not eating well soon.
Hey, we're going to be eating good tonight. We're having pizza.
With thought processes like his, I don't have any faith that he can get another job.
Right.
Just put it in the oven. It'll be fine. Is that how you punish children too? Is this why you wouldn't be a good teacher?
Luckily, there's no oven on. The bus is the oven itself. God, these things get so hot. But other than that, I don't have a way of doing that. So we're good.
Okay. Just checking. How much of a psycho did I marry? I'm not really sure at the current moment. Anyway.
Yeah.
Crazy person.
I need beverage.
You need a beverage? I got my beverages. I
Yeah.
got water. I got scotch. We're good.
I'm soon to have a Mountain Dew.
It is not perfect, but it is started. Out of focus. Nobody knows. But it exists. That's my point. We're going to clean my brush. Because pain and suffering. Whenever I used to do ceramic painting, I used to have this fancy cleaner that had like a washboard on it for your brushes to get all the paint out from down inside of them. Those were the days. It still looks cool. Okay. Just trying to dry it for dry brushing some more. Okay.
She said, oh man, I don't miss riding a school bus except when they did a bump just right and everyone in the back flew up. We have a spot here in town where there used to be a railroad track that was elevated that went across the road. They've pulled the tracks out years ago, but there's still this really large bump. And you're supposed to slow down like 5-10 miles an hour going over to it. And I had someone who trained at the same time as me to be a bus driver. About a month after he started, decided to speed up going over the bump.
Well, the kids asked him.
Yeah, the kids asked him, go faster, go faster. So he did. And one of the kids in the back seat flew up, hit the ceiling of the bus, came back down, landed on top of the seat back, breaking an arm. He didn't have a job much longer after that.
Pretty much not at all. I thought.
Right.
I missed some spots. I'm a failure. I was trying to go fast.
She's a rookie move. You have to keep your hands up to push off the ceiling.
You know, it was probably the one dorky kid in the back. I was that kid, by the way. Going, no, this is dangerous. We shouldn't be doing it. We're going to get in trouble. I was that kid. My dad worked for the school district. I didn't get away with shit.
Well, yeah. Your dad ran the transportation and maintenance, so you definitely couldn't do anything on the buses.
No, I tried one day. He was waiting when I got home.
Right.
I'm like, I will never, ever do anything bad ever again. We also, man, you'd get in so much trouble for this now, but my principal in middle school used to call us all Love Bug. How you doing today, Love Bug? I'm like, what the fuck? I am not your Love Bug.
She put the quotes, teacher, you forgot to assign homework.
I was not that bad. I didn't have a death wish.
Were you well, I scored 100 and broke the curve. That's a yes.
Leave me alone.
It's all right. I used to do that in all my math classes. Everyone hated me because I was a bad student. And I was the one never doing any homework, almost failing all my classes, and the test would come around and I'd 100% it and break the curve for everyone else. They didn't like that.
I did my homework. Until I got older and decided I wanted to be a kid or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
My mother was really unpleased when that happened.
Said one of their dentists calls kids my love, but it's not weird.
It's not. I did not like being called Love Bug.
Yeah.
I hate it. She called my dad Love Bug too when he was on campus. I was like, is mom okay with this? I'm not okay with this. What the fuck is happening right now?
Yeah.
I think my dad just got sexually harassed in front of me.
I like here where you get some of the where they call people darling just because they're like, oh, you're so precious, darling.
I go with doll face.
Doll face.
Slightly less creepy, and it usually confuses people just enough that they're not offended by it. And it's still nice. Just probably where Love Bug came from, so maybe I should stop being judgy.
So he has a very relaxing and soothing vibe, so it's not patronizing either.
Which one?
The
Love
dentist,
Bug?
the my love.
Oh, my love.
I say my dude and my friends a lot.
I said homies to someone the other day, and they were like, did you just fucking call us your homies? Like, you know, when I was a kid growing up in Southern California, that wasn't considered weird.
Right.
But now we live in the Midwest.
Yeah. I'm trying to break the habit because I know it's not exactly the best thing to do, but I call everyone guys. All right, guys, we're doing this, and it's not the best, and I'm trying to get better at that, but it's tough because I've been using that forever.
That one, I don't think bothers most people, as much as other ones.
It's probably me just being overly cautious, but
I mean, there are people that one upsets, but
yeah.
I think less so than other things.
Is it guys can be gender neutral? Yeah.
They can. I think it's more when you misgender people that they get upset.
Right.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, I find a lot, like when I'm DMing, all right, guys, what are you doing now? a lot of times, so.
I thought about for a while doing the intro for my channel as Ladies and Gentle Nerds. But I didn't know if that one would upset anyone.
Right. I listened to Penn Jillette's podcast.
Yeah.
And he always starts it as, it was always brothers, sisters, and then he'd go into his intro. And, someone mentioned that, that does kind of create the dual gender. So now he just made it brothers, sisters, and siblings.
It's a good response.
Yeah.
This is not going to be a perfect mini because I'm rushing it, but it'll be fine.
Still going to be a whole lot better than I can do.
It'd be alright.
This is an interesting selection of music.
Hey, but it's royalty free.
Yep.
If you need royalty free music, Kevin MacLeod. On Incompetech, I think it was.
Yeah.
And it's all free.
I don't know how to put a link into the description of the stream, but I know on all of your other videos you have a link to it because you use his music for your intro.
For my intro, yeah. It's his. I think the song's called Fearless First.
Yeah, I think that's what you use.
I like that song.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's coming along. I'll probably just come through one more time and do another dry brush with a slightly lighter gray to make things pop a little more, just because it's smeared quite a bit.
Yeah.
This one's cool. It's got like I'm going to call it a weeping angel because it's more fun for me.
But now you can't blink for the rest of the stream. I'm watching.
I'm sure I already blinked at least once.
Probably.
I can't stop blinking. I would be so dead. Thrown back in time and the life force sucked out of me.
Right.
Spoilers.
So if we get bored, they plan to utilize the crap out of Tabletop Simulator.
Woohoo! Am I done? No. Level 1 complete. We're gonna let that soak, because it's a trap.
Yeah, we the other day, just because, morbid hilarity, played a game of Pandemic Contagion, so we were trying to kill the world.
It was fun. It's from when Chunky tried to eat all my paints.
Oh, yeah. That was a mess downstairs.
Yeah, it was. There's still silver paint on the floor.
Yeah.
She popped a hole in it and then drug it around.
I think there's some on the couch, like on the front of the couch, too.
We don't discuss this. Need another brush. This one. This is a wiener. I really like silver dry brush over black base coat for anything metal, personally. That's my jam.
Just looking at how long you've been up.
Forever.
Hour and 3 minutes.
Longer than I thought.
Yeah.
May have to break this up into 2 live streams.
I don't know how to do that.
Live stream another time.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant so it'd go onto your channel as
I
two
just
pieces.
like it's taking a hot minute.
Yeah.
I have to decide if I want to do the sides. Or this more. I think some of them yes, and others maybe not. Yeah. I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing, but I will definitely post pictures on Twitter.
And hopefully before the next time we figure out why it's not auto-focusing.
I mean, it could be a setup with
Yeah.
the OBS.
Because this is not something either of us have ever really done before.
None of this shit was ever anything I had ever
No.
done before.
You're just like, oh, I've been working 80 hours a week and now I'm working normal 40. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Because I can't ever,
I feel
sleep.
very attacked right now. Everyone keeps bringing that up anytime I have them on this fucking channel.
It's because you're insane.
No, I get bored easily.
Well, there you go.
Staying busy. Such judgment. Jerks.
I just know I couldn't do it.
It's fun. Make it no pressure. The internet likes to tell me I suck sometimes, but that's fine.
Hobbies aren't work.
Unless you're getting paid for them.
Yeah.
Then they become work, strangely. Because anytime I have charged people for, like, crafting things, it becomes stressful.
Right.
Which everyone's like, you should charge to paint minis. And I'm like, no, because then I'm going to learn to hate it.
Right. You should live stream when you paint Big Boy over there.
Oh, the Tarrasque?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, I should.
You want to show it?
Yeah, you should bring the Tarrasque over. You want to see this Tarrasque? It's fucking huge. It makes my heart so happy. Somebody was looking for a Tarrasque mini, so we sold them the one I had, but I made Joe promise to make me a bigger one in exchange.
So I printed this, and it was upscaled to, I think, 160%. So he's
beautiful.
Yeah.
That's happiness right there.
Even makes someone awesome like Zariel look tiny. So that'll be a fun one. I like that he just lives on the piano right now, staring at us.
Well, where else is he gonna fit?
Right. I don't even know if he's going to fit up on the shelf.
I measured it when you told me how tall he was gonna be. He just fits.
Okay.
Because I think I had the red lawn dragon up there for a while, the big one.
Yeah.
And he's shorter than the lawn dragon, so he should be fine.
She said that's why she doesn't do so many pet portrait commissions anymore on the menu, where it's now work.
Yeah. That is definitely a thing. I didn't even know you did pet portraits, Marcia. Don't stop pictures. Did I miss a spot? No. But I'm gonna add some more.
I know even the few times I've printed minis for people, and then they're like, "How much do I owe you?" I'm like, "No, just take it."
Most of the time, whenever it's the hero ones, isn't it like 5 cents worth of plastic?
By the time you put in the supports and everything, it's like, I think the one I just printed for Michael, it said was 12 cents worth of plastic.
Oh, shucks.
I know. Which I need to finish cleaning that one out.
Give me a quarter that includes tip.
Yeah. I do need to finish cleaning this one for him, but yeah.
There's tons of people on like the local pages and stuff lately that have been doing resin printed minis.
I really want to get a resin printer. I just got to figure out how to vent it.
I thought I had a fan brush, like a smaller one. Do I not?
You had one at one point.
I didn't pull it out though. Ignore the nail polish that I used at one point.
Yeah. That did give a cool, like, shimmery silver.
It did. Yeah, my fan brush is missing.
Huh.
Wait. I have an idea.
Is it in there?
Heh, it is in here. That's not the fan brush I was thinking of, but it is a fan brush.
Why was it in there?
Because I was cleaning the kitchen and my painting kit was downstairs. And I wanted the counter to be clean, so I just put it in my DM drawer that has turned into a catch-all.
She said she sent you a pet portrait.
Yes! Pet portraits! Sorry, that was a little bit too excited. Mom's on her way, P.S.
Okay.
My mother's going to be here. She said we, so my sister might be with her too. Sister's fun.
So I should probably step away and get that ready to move.
To transport. 1 deep freezer to beam up.
Yeah.
If only it worked that way. Okay, I wanted it lighter, but maybe not that much lighter. There we go. So much paint. It's a hot mess. I can't read that far. I'm blind. My translator's gone.
Sorry?
It's all Joe's fault.
I might be able to do something real quick before I go downstairs.
I do really like fan brushes for dry brushing. I think it definitely needed to be lighter. That helped a lot. I never seem to make my dry brush for rocks bright enough.
Can you see that from there?
Yeah! He made it old people sized. Yay!
Yay! Built-in magnifier.
I just realized I called myself old people.
Yeah.
Oh well. If the shoe fits, wear it. It's fine. Oh yeah, I was gonna look up that pet portrait. Blah 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 blah. Words are hard. I'm still on Twitter. I received a photo. Oh my god, that's insane. What the hell, Marcia? The doorbell went off. I think so too. That would be Merlin. He's much sweeter than he sounds.
Back. Yes, they're here, but they're still out. That's the car.
Intruder alert! Get a dog. Best home security ever. We have 2 doggos. We have one that's going deaf. So if her brother barks at anything, and he's very reactive, so that happens a lot, then she'll bark at it, even if the answer is he's barking at nothing.
Right.
Are you gonna need my help to move that upstairs, or do you think you guys got it?
No. Back, you two.
Okay.
Do I just throw this in away in there, or do I...
You can throw it in the not the yellow, the other one.
The other one?
Yep.
I hear my sister.
She had trash with us, and she could just throw it in the dumpster.
Your little tiny fluffy white dog, Marcia, is a loudmouth? What? Marcia has a tiny fluffer.
Ah. Apparently I didn't tell the thing to repeat because it played through all the songs.
I asked.
I thought I did.
You lied.
There, that could be it.
Okay. Things are roughly brick-like. Okay. Everything is dry brushed. Huzzah. And paint snuck through and I have to scrub the table.
Yeah, it's alright. That table's been through a lot. Including the house fire.
And now he's whining because he can see the visitors, but he cannot get to them. So clearly, the world is ending. Haley! Guess what I'm doing?
What are you doing?
I'm live streaming.
You're live streaming?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
live streaming on YouTube right now. Painting minis.
I broke my sister's brain.
You what?
What are you doing?
I was listening to music.
What kind of music?
Vocal
My friend
music.
Marcia says hi, Haley.
Huh?
My friend Marcia said hi.
Oh, hi.
You staying busy with Mom?
Staying busy with Mom?
Yeah. Are you?
Kinda.
Kind of.
I'm not really doing much.
Yeah. Are you driving Mom nuts?
Not yet.
Not yet. I like that answer.
As of right now, the answer is no.
Here you go.
Thanks, Mom.
Ah, awesome. Thank you.
It needs to be cleaned up, and this one has a lock on it.
Cool.
And it has a place.
Half
for
my
the
family's
little
here
bags.
now.
Nice.
And a cutter.
Mom's here. She brought Joe presents. Hi.
Hey, what are you doing?
I love how everyone's hiding from the camera like it's poison.
No, I'm not.
Marcia says hi, Mom.
Hi, Marcia.
Hi.
I got them both over here. Ish.
I think that'll fit no problem, don't you?
Alright.
In my car.
Gotta go through and paint all these bones.
Oh, your tools?
Yeah. I don't know where.
There's like
I need to take off that railing downstairs.
Ton of
Oh,
little
I can
skulls and
screw
stuff.
I have a screw gun. It uses a star bit.
I have those.
I have them in this thing instead of opening.
Oh, okay.
A very handy family.
All right.
You're adorable. She
Can
said
you see 'em?
everybody's cute. You can't see my friends, no. They're
Oh.
just watching me paint
Oh,
and chatting.
okay then.
That was such a mom thing to say. Okay then.
I'm looking at your donuts. Where'd these come
Do you need a donut? We went to the donut hole.
Where's that at?
It's on Douglas.
Oh, okay. We have a donut shop in Augusta now.
Gourmet donuts.
I don't know, but their glazed donuts are to die for.
These ones have fun stuff on top.
Okay then.
But
I
it's
know that.
it's not like Hertz where they cover it in everything.
Wait, did I tell you guys about my Game
He
Boy?
says, "What are you doing to me?"
Did I tell
Merlin,
you
I was
guys?
just looking at your tag.
Did I tell you guys about my Game Boy?
No.
It corroded.
Your Game Boy corroded?
No, the batteries corroded.
Okay, that makes more sense.
I think it did that because of the storm.
Okay.
So
You think-
I'm gonna put it on the claim.
Yeah, you should.
I haven't done it yet.
Does that mean I can get a new Game Boy?
As long as they accept it on the claim. That is how insurance works.
Wait, I wonder
was
if
like,
the
why?
Wii still works.
If it got wet, it probably doesn't.
I mean, it wasn't like in the wet area.
Then it's probably okay.
I don't think it was anyway.
As long as it didn't get wet, it's probably fine. There was a tornado that went through my mom's town. Is that a year ago now, Haley?
Getting close.
Yeah. And it blew out all the windows on the house. Ripped off part of the roof of the airplane hangar and stuff like that. So they're still dealing with that claim. It's been a mess. Yeah, it was insane. Because didn't the neighbors up the street lose like one of their animal sheds or something like that?
I don't remember.
I don't either. Remember everything was pretty tore up. There were trees ripped out of the ground whenever I went to see them. Stuff like that. It was crazy town. Tornadoes are freaky. I will never get used to them.
I hate tornadoes.
Me too. I'll take earthquakes any day.
I saw it outside my window.
Mm-hmm. I miss earthquakes. I did not have time to be anxious about them before they happened. They just happened.
Plus, earthquakes.
Merlin.
Earthquakes don't happen as like they happen quicker,
They
unless
do.
if it's one of the freak of nature ones that last for 2 minutes like the one that happened in Japan a while back.
Yeah.
Because that one caused bad stuff. That one caused a tsunami.
Yep. It can do that.
Like, unless if it's like freak of nature ones like that, then it's not that bad, you know?
Yeah. We had a bad one when we lived in California. That we had no power for 3 days.
Was it 7 point something?
7.2?
7.2?
I think so. It's back in 92.
Oh, wow.
Northridge earthquake. It was a mess. Cracked the concrete, killed all our power. Was insane. Okay. Honestly, getting close to being done-ish with this. Probably gonna do a wash on this once it's cured, but we won't today. But there's this cute little gargoyle guy on his shoulder, and I think he needs glowing red eyes. Are you guys doing okay, or do you need help?
No.
Merlin! Come here, buddy. I know, you're a good boy. Can you sit? Merlin. Sit. Good sit, buddy.
Are you good?
Good boy. Haley, you're going to be in the way in just a second. Do you want to step over here or over there?
Huh?
Do you want to get out of the way for Mom and Joseph?
Okay, let's sit down.
All the way down?
Okay.
I have to go pee. Move.
Nature calls. Okay. I'm going to let Merlin go. I just didn't want him to trip Mom coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
Life. I'm gonna make this red too, just because I can. Bam. I feel like he needs some moss.
Yeah.
I have this nice mossy green color.
Hey, he's like a graveyard dude. That makes sense.
Yeah. So whenever I add moss to things, I do kind of do. Richard! Richard's here now too.
Hey, hi Richard. I'm off camera and I can't get over there to wave, but I'm waving.
He's stuck behind a freezer. This is Haley. This is my little sister. Hi.
Haley, when we go to move this outside, we're gonna need your help.
What?
Probably
You're gonna
opening
open
the door.
And when we go through, you're gonna shut the door. Make sure the dog's
Joe,
in.
did you hear
I
about
could
my Game Boy?
Kennel Merlin.
No, what happened?
The battery's corroded.
Ah,
My whole family's here.
It could have been because of the storm, and it probably was because it was around the front of the house.
I'm sure it was.
yeah, I forgot what from that.
So I'm just making a wash right
You
now.
think I can get a new Game Boy?
Yeah. I do, Haley. So I'm just trying to make a wash right now so I can add some moss in various places. Someone said the other day, and they're pretty much right, you try to make it the consistent. You try to make it the consistency
Haley.
She's gonna get the door for us.
of
Make
milk.
sure the dogs don't get out.
Do
I need
I?
to go open the back of the car.
How much would Game Boys cost nowadays?
I don't know, Haley. You'd have to look it up.
Didn't I have like Pokemon with that Game Boy?
Get back.
If you think about it, I think like Red was one of my first games, right?
That works, Richard.
Wasn't Pokemon Red
Okay.
actually one of my first games because of you guys?
Probably.
Okay, Haley, door.
Okay.